One of the storms I went through was in early December 2007. Pastor Theo woke up and he said, Bev, God spoke to me and told me that your mother is going to go home soon to be with the Lord. My mom had been battling cancer. We'd overcome the first round, but this is second round. And God spoke to Pastor Theo and said, this time she is coming home. That was early December. In the Christmas 2007, she was going to come to San Antonio and be with us for Christmas. However, Nadine Barry, which is Steve and Jill Barry's one daughter, she was getting married in December. And the girls, Natalie and Candace, were going to be their bridesmaids, her bridesmaid. And so our family was going to go to Florida and be there just after the wedding. And my mom and Rob were going to go to the Grand Canyon in Colorado. But when my mom came to us in Christmas, I could see she looked frail and she was walking with a limp and she wasn't strong. And I said, Mom, what is going on? And she said, well, we'll have Christmas and you go down to Florida. When you come back from Florida, we'll have a chat. I said, no, Mom, you're going to tell me now what is going on. So I went into her bedroom and we shut the door and she swore me to secrecy. And she said, Bev, I've only got a very few months to live. The cancer is right through my body, in my liver, and it's in my kidneys. It's everywhere and they cannot operate. And I will only have a few months to live. She said, please don't tell the girls. So I said, okay, Mom, I won't. After Christmas, we spent as much time as we could with each other, loving each other. My mom came back to South Africa. It was in April that Pastor Theo turned 60, which is a big deal. And I wanted to give him the biggest, best party that I'd ever given him. We had rented a beautiful ballroom downtown at the Western Hotel. We had got a band from Austin called the Picture Band. They were going to come because do you know that the men and women in San Antonio, they love to have a dinner dance. I don't know if we've ever done that here, but maybe we should. And so we sold tickets and everybody was going to come and rejoice and celebrate Pastor Theo's 60th birthday. That Friday, we went down to the hotel, Pastor Theo, myself, the girls, and we booked into the hotel that night. And as I was getting dressed, I had a phone call from Rob who said to me, Bev, your mom has slipped into a coma. My mom slipped into a coma on the same night that we were to celebrate this huge celebration for Pastor Theo's birthday. I don't know if you know how I felt inside. I was torn between the love of my mother, whom I absolutely adored, and the love of my husband, who I wanted to honor that night. And so I had to look inside myself and say to myself, Bev, what would your mother want you to do? She always told me, Bev, you've got to always do what's best for the deal. So what would be best for the deal? If I went to the party that night and I was hosting this grand party for Pastor Theo and I was weeping and I was a basket case, the whole party would be a flop, would be not successful. So I had to get myself together. I remember putting my long black dress on and I said to myself, Mom, I know what you would be saying to me now. You would be saying, Bev, don't be ruled by your emotions. Put your emotions to the side and do what's best for the deal. You got to go out and have fun and enjoy the party and honor your husband. Laugh and dance. Be happy, Bev. Don't let anyone see what you're going through. And so that night, knowing that my mom was about to go to glory, I put on my dress, I did my hair, I held up my head high, I put on my smile, and I walked into the ballroom and I hosted everybody. And I honored my husband, and I danced with the girls, and I had a wonderful evening. Everybody was happy, everyone celebrated. And as soon as everyone was gone, I went back to my hotel room. And I phoned Rob and I said, Rob, any change? And he said, no, Mom is still in a coma. That morning, I went to bed that night. That was Friday. And the next morning, I got up And I went downstairs and we had breakfast, and I said to Pastor Theo, let's go home. And we went home, and I just felt the weight of my mom's condition on my shoulders, and I prayed and I wept before the Lord, and I just felt that the Holy Spirit was saying to me that you've got to allow her to go because she's going to go home soon. Well, that night, it was Saturday night, I went to bed and with Pastor Theo, and the phone rang very late in the evening, and I got up and it was Robin. He said, Bev, your mom has gone to glory. I just wept and I wept and I wept, and I went and slept in the guest room for the evening as Pastor Theo had to preach in the morning. I got up in the morning. I did not miss church. I went to the house of the Lord because I knew that's where my strength comes from, is in the house of the Lord. When you go through a tragedy, a hurt and a pain, don't run away from God's house. Go straight to God's house, because you'll be built up and encouraged not only by the word but by the praise and worship and everybody around about you. They will hold you up.
Thank you for watching Dr. Bev's YouTube channel. We will continue to offer dynamic and uplifting highlights from Dr. Bev's messages. Please take the time to like and share the videos. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Keep watching the Dr. Beverly Wolmarans YouTube channel.